thank you for taking the time to do this. Dan, it's very brave of you to go public with your health condition, because a lot of the times rock stardom is kind of about, I'm perfect and all that. What led you to your decision to just be honest with everyone about that life isn't always easy or perfect?
Yeah, I think the whole point of this entire campaign is to raise awareness about something that is kind of known as a hidden disease, ankylosing spondylitis, or AS. When I was in my early 20s and I was having just excruciating back pain that was unexplainable, no point of injury, I went through so many misdiagnoses, and it was such a frustrating period of time. Doctor after doctor that didn't know what it was. Very lonely, very scary. I couldn't get on stage. I could hardly get out of bed.
Sure.
So finally, when I saw a rheumatologist and got correctly diagnosed with AS, it changed my life. So for me, I just think it'd be really selfish to be in the spotlight as someone with AS and not talk about it. Because just in talking about it and bringing it to the mainstream with this campaign, Monster Pain in the AS, it just is going to be a game changer for all those people out there who have unexplained back pain. Are they able to go to that website, monsterpainintheas.com, take a 3-minute quiz, get connected with a rheumatologist? It's like, if I had that available to me, it would have just saved years of excruciating pain. So long story short, it's kind of like, it doesn't take a lot of effort on my part, and it makes a big difference for a disease that millions of people are suffering from.
Now, Dr. Norton, when you see somebody like Dan, what are the first steps that they should be taking to make sure that something like AS is minimalized or maybe even eliminated?
Well, when I see a patient for evaluation of back pain, the first questions that I have are whether this is inflammatory back pain. And those are the questions on the Monster Pain in the AS website as well. So what we want to do is differentiate inflammatory from mechanical back pain. Inflammatory back pain is better with activity and worse with rest. So this pain can be very severe at night, even causing you to get out of bed. You can have morning stiffness, fatigue, joint pain. So when I see a patient and they get diagnosed, we want to come up with an individualized treatment plan. And, that's different for everybody, but it usually involves medications and healthy lifestyle changes as well. When, as Dan mentioned, people have a long delay in diagnosis. I suffered for years before my own diagnosis. So when Novartis approached me to collaborate or to support this this campaign, Monster Pain in the AS, I was so excited, as Dan was, just to help raise awareness and educate people about this disease and get people to the appropriate care of a rheumatologist.
Right. Now, Dan, in your case, you're not the kind of musician who just stands there on stage. You actually interact with people. You make sure that the people in the back row are actually entertained and getting involved in all that. Since being diagnosed and being treated, has that changed your approach to on-stage interactions and energy and all that?
I mean, being treated is the only reason I could do what I do. When I was undiagnosed and in the peak of my inflammation, I had to cancel shows. I couldn't even get on stage. I mean, I remember one show standing perfectly still for an hour and a half, right at the microphone, singing, and even singing was so painful because I was just having these crazy amount of pain in my SI joints. So I just simply couldn't do what I do. But now that I have a treatment plan and I have a rheumatologist, it's a lifelong battle for sure, but I'm absolutely able to do everything I want, perform how I want, run, jump, so it changed my life. And it's sad for me to think that there are a lot of people out there right now who have AS and they have no idea, and they're probably seeing a doctor that's saying it's something else or misdiagnosing them, or so just my recommendation is to take that quick quiz and find out if this is possibly what it is, and see a rheumatologist.
Now, Dr. Norton seems like the nicest doctor imaginable from just the couple of minutes that we've been talking right here. Did you ever have to overcome a fear of doctors or, being told the wrong thing by doctors or anything like that?
My experience with doctors was, I just lost faith in doctors, to be honest, because I was seeing doctor after doctor and they'd contradict each other and say, oh, that doctor told you this. Well, he's stupid. It's definitely this. And they would be wrong. And it was like, there was just a lot of ego. And it just made me lose faith in doctors, to be honest with you. And that went on for a long period of time. This is before the band was successful. I couldn't even afford health insurance. I was living in a studio apartment with my wife and our newborn child. And it was a really scary time. And those doctor bills were adding up. So I think there are a lot of people who are in that position and they can't afford to for their health and just monetarily to go to doctor after doctor after doctor and tried all these different treatments. So to take a free quiz online for 3 minutes, if I had that available to me and was able to be connected with a rheumatologist, it would have it's game changer.
Now, both of you are greats in your field, in my opinion. Both of you, can you tell me about a proudest professional accomplishment that you have?
Dan?
Yeah, oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Yeah, I guess my proudest professional accomplishment, actually my proudest professional accomplishment is probably the Tyler Robinson Foundation. It's a foundation the band started years and years ago after one of my friends passed away who had cancer. And it's a pediatric cancer foundation that the band started, and it's raised millions of dollars for kids with pediatric cancer. And when we're on tour, we get to meet all these families and kids. And I have 4 kids myself, and so the thought of one of my young kids with cancer is just, it's the scariest thought in the world. So when you're meeting these families that are in need of help, and the TRF Foundation provides monetary help for all these families, that's my proudest achievement, and it's probably the highlight of what the band has been able to do in the world, I think.
That's outstanding. Yeah, I think that raising awareness for AS is right up there for me. Dan, I've never even told you this story, but I was traveling in Chicago for work one time, and the Uber driver asked me what I did, and we were kind of talking about it, and I said I focus on this one disease called ankylosing spondylitis, and he just looked at me in the rearview mirror, and his eyes got all big, and he said, I know what that is. And then he actually recognized me and knew about you and your diagnosis, and just knowing that we're making a difference out there was really great. But related to all that, just, seeing that individual patient in the room and diagnosing them and having them come back and be better, because I've been there. I've been in the patient's seat, and I continue to be a patient as well. So having people come back and having their lives improved is just, it doesn't get any better than that.
Have been diagnosed with AS after seeing, our commercial or interviews we've done about AS and got connected to quiz. It's like, it absolutely has had an impact, and it's pretty awesome.
Well, the first question that I have before you're free, Dan, is Mick Mars is how I learned about this disease from Motley Crue. Is he somebody that you've ever been able to pick the brain of about it?
I have not spoken to him, but I have heard that he has AS as well. And I just think, anytime someone's speaking out about it, I just think that's super rad, because there are a lot of people who view disease with the stigma and think that it makes them weaker. It's the word is a trigger word. And I just think that the only way to change that is to destigmatize it by talking about it, and to take this kind of, it's so prevalent. That autoimmune diseases are so prevalent in today's day and age. It's like, we just got to rally together and talk about it,
And then my last question for Dr. Norton here. What's the last concert that you went to before COVID-19 hit?
Oh, this is actually kind of funny. Because Dan and I didn't talk about music for so long. I don't get to see many concerts these days, but I told Dan a while back that the last concert I actually saw was Imagine Dragons.
Wow. Small world okay. Indeed. Well, thank you.
It was so good.
I can imagine, Dan, we're looking forward to hearing more music very soon, but keep up the great work both of you are doing, and have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Paltrocast.